funky.
My name is Ekaterina Solomina. I'm the co-founder of Future London Academy, and I'm here with Ben Brookbanks and Andy West from MultiAdaptor, a boutique branding agency based in London, and we are here in their lovely office in East London. Hello guys, welcome.
Hello, hello.
So tell us a bit more, what does your agency do?
So we specialise in branding. Our background is multidisciplinary, it's probably a clue in the name. But our focus now is strategic branding, and that makes up pretty much all of the work that we do.
Did you study together? How did you two meet, first of all?
We actually met on the first day at college. So yeah, at the Arts Institute, Bournemouth, graphic design course, and Ben was wearing a rather lovely grey tank top, sleeveless, and I was wearing these horrible combats, disastrous, and a yellow beanie hat. Anyway, yeah, that we kind of met on that sort of first day, and yeah, that's kind of from that point we then started to work on projects together, basically.
Yeah, so our first ever new business endeavour was to handwrite. It was 110. I remember we wanted to send out 100 letters, so we wrote a list of all the companies or institutions, organisations that we thought would be relevant to us and we'd like to work with. So it's almost like this wish list, and the plan was to write 100 letters, and we thought a handwritten letter would really connect with people. Ended up being 110, probably because we couldn't whittle it down. So we sent out these 110 handwritten letters, and they're all bespokely kind of targeted at each of these people and how much we love their brands. And we won one client from that, so,
wow.
Which is probably that's probably a realistic ratio in terms of cold calling.
Nice. Oh guys, those of you who are looking for new clients, 110 to 1 is the ratio.
Yeah.
Until you get 109 no's, you're not there yet, so just keep doing. That's what I like about London industry, especially design industry, that it's very friendly, and even though you are competing with probably a lot of agencies that you know as friends, and you still maintain those friendships and very personal connections, and you're not afraid to ask for advice. I think that is, from my personal opinion, very unique to the British or London design world. Do you feel the same way?
I guess I don't personally know if that's unique to London, but we definitely feel it 100%. It feels like a community.
Brilliant.
And I think there's a couple of particular examples I can think of where that closeness, sometimes it can almost feel too close for comfort, and you find out that you've pitched for the same client, as a friend. Yeah. But I think, that, to the industry's credit and the community's credit, you'll get a message from them afterwards, and they might congratulate you on winning it or send their condolences for losing it. So there's that kind of camaraderie, and I think there's that mutual respect, and there's definitely that kind of culture.
So were there any projects that were not received that well at all by design community or just audience in general? Or maybe there were like a particular comment that was just really hilarious and you remember that?
We've done quite a few big charity rebrands in the past, and you get a template kind of industry response to those, which is, how much did this cost? Like, shouldn't the money be going into, raising X, Y, Z? And, and people don't see the impact that rebrand can have in terms of like engaging new audiences, engaging internally. And I remember for the National Council of Voluntary Organisations, which was a rebrand we did about 5 or 6 years ago, it still works really hard for us in terms of like representing what we do. I remember there was someone actually had done like a sort of a comic strip sketch in one of the industry publications about the rebrand, and it was essentially centering around the cost of it, and and it was like £30,000 for a logo, and I think that was the budget at the time, and how incredibly expensive that was. And I remember thinking at the time, it was like, wow, that's nothing for like the kind of the sort of what we gave them and the impact of the work, and that was quite funny. And we're seeing some more established agencies doing branding work for like £250,000, £500,000, and but generally I think we fared quite well, so touch wood.
Any trends, anything what do you think was the biggest change, let's say in the last 5 years, that you noticed with the branding projects or branding in general?
So I guess the first really obvious one is almost like the resurgence of the symbol, the logo, branding as logo. And you know, for years, and I think, you know, particularly when we started, like there was a huge mantra around, you know, the logo being the tip of the iceberg, and it's about every touch point. You know, it's about the experience. It's about what people say when they're not in the room. It's the kind of, it's the business, it's the strategy, all those different things, and that's still there. But you know, the symbol, and I think it was, you know, it was really Airbnb was the kind of watershed moment where that took on this whole new level of importance again. And obviously that kind of tallies with, you know, your kind of smartphone, the app icon, and the kind of, you know, digital brands need to exist within a certain number of pixels. So there's this kind of simplification. And I think that's really exciting from a kind of a challenge perspective, and also what it means for the discipline of design. It sort of brought the craft back and the focus. So that's one, I think, the kind of the rise of the symbol, and you see a lot of agencies kind of really trading off that, and you can see how that's attractive to, you know, high growth tech startups that, you know, that live as digital products.
I think that is also another big shift around people demanding that the businesses that they're, or the brands that they're engaging with, are actually purposeful, and they're having, like, they have something that's beyond just like selling shoes. They're actually doing, you know, they're doing something else, you know, be it in terms of ethically or environmentally, or how they, you know, how they're educating, or whatever that might be. There's something, there's a cause there that people kind of can go, yeah, I see what they're doing, and I believe what they believe, and therefore I'm going to be loyal to those guys. I'm going to buy their shoes. I'm going to stick with them because I believe in them.
For the guys who are listening and watching us, Andy and Ben will be presenting during Future of Branding Week in June. So if you have more questions, then I hope you will come and ask them these questions in person. Thanks a lot for your time today. It was absolutely amazing talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And yeah, see you in June.
Cheers.